It's a big deal to me if you don't know. Now you know I'ma change your life. Just put your hands in the air.
What's up, Kansas City? I'm Serenity, and today we have Ed Rollins, also known as Spoken Vision. Well, not anymore.
Not
but
anymore.
just Ed Rollins.
Yeah, we just do that.
For his will, how are you doing, Ed?
I am good. Excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
No problem. So, For His Will is known as the longest Christian open mic in Kansas City, correct?
Yes, it is the longest running Christian open mic. We are the platform for showcasing Christian artists.
Okay. So how long? Like, what's the...
We have actually been in existence since officially April of 2006, because that's when I got my business license, so that's when it became official.
So you were actually operating before the business license?
Yes, well, a little bit. I had not really. My wife was really specific on, hey, you got to get your business license.
She's very professional.
Yes.
I worked with her when you had the Poets in the Autumns tour.
Man, she's
at the merch table. She was like, do this, do that, do this, do that. What you doing? And she was on it. I was like, okay.
She's a force to be reckoned with, definitely.
That's good, because it's good to have, if you're a man with a vision.
Yes.
It's good to have a woman who is matching that.
It is huge. I think it's very important to have someone that also shares your passion, and then we complement each other with, what she does on the administrative side and different things like that, as well as, having that team to help everything run smoothly. So without that, I would not be.
All right. So how did you get your start into poetry?
Wow. Actually, I got started in the early 90s. I went to my first poetry show. Was actually done by Verbal Attack. That was hosted by Marcus Brown and Glenn North. It was actually used to held right up here on 19th and Vine at the Mardi Gras.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's how long ago it was. So that was like my first experience with poetry. I've always been writing, but it was more in the journal form. So I never actually focused on writing poetry. So that's where I got my start to see, okay, hey, I can do this. And that's why Glenn North is like a mentor to me, really, because he was the first person that told me and kind of showed me how you can do things. So, and from there, that's where we are right now. So I would say I've been doing poetry well over 2 decades now.
Wow, so you telling your age a little bit.
I'm proud. I look too.
See, I wasn't even gonna ask you how your age and all that, but you telling it.
I'm good. I'm confident with my 42.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So who would you say inspires you poetically? Like, who are some people that you look up to?
I have a lot that I look up to, but naturally first it would be Glenn North. But also with the Black Poets Collective here in Kansas City that got started, being around those individuals, Gino Morrow, Lewis Moulton, Natasha Oscari, those would be as far as locally. But naturally, I loved the Romantic poets, the Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, the Langston Hughes, naturally Edgar Allan Poe.
Most people don't say Edgar Allan Poe, though.
Well, I believe you have to, if you're a writer, you have to know your history, but also embrace all forms of writing.
Right.
And if you can't do that, naturally the Langston Hughes as well, and the list can go on and on. The Nikki Giovanni's, the Sonia Sanchez, different things like that, different people like that. But if you don't embrace everything, because everyone says something, and you can always find something in all poetry that you've read or that you listen to. So I believe that you have to be well-rounded. That's why I listen to both Christian and secular, because you learn, and if you're not, you have to be a student.
That's true.
Constantly knowing your history and learning and being able to evolve with the times as well. So those would be the Glendors, the Marcus Browns, the Natasha Riel Scaris, Gino Morrow, the Lewis Moses. Those are the foundations that I know, but there's a lot of newer cats that I would say I really like right now. Evian Payne is one too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Evian.
Shout out.
So, you guys just brought the Poets in Autumn tour. Like, how did that come about? Because we were discussing before we taped. You had at least, you said,
About
800
800
people
yeah,
there,
we had,
which is huge.
It was huge for Kansas City.
Yeah,
Poetry
even
event.
a poetry
yeah,
event,
poetry
period.
event,
That's
yeah.
huge. So, how did that come about?
Actually, I got contacted through a good friend of mine, Sean C. Johnson in Oklahoma, and he let me know about the tour because those four poets were a part of the P4CM. They were the founding poets.
What is
Passion for Christ Ministry poets. So, so they're originally a part of the largest Christian spoken word tour in the world. So they average over 3,000 or more every year. Come to California just for poetry, and they have they have the web stream as well that you can kind of purchase as you watch. So I was familiar with their work, and I've watched them on YouTube over the years. And then they decided to kind of branch out on their own, and they started a tour. It was a 22 city tour total, and I was privileged to negotiate with them as far as to be the promoter for Kansas City. And we started back in, a lot of people don't know, we started back in February.
Oh.
So a lot of this was taking place before any announcements has been made. It was just initial negotiations, who was going to pay what, different things like that, and kind of getting facilities together to be ready to promote. I had my expectations out for a large number. But just to see the impact that it had and the amount of people that came out on a Friday night for poetry in Kansas City at a church, I was literally blown away. It was probably like an out-of-body experience for me, actually, to sit there and look at all the cars and see all the people and, all the poets that were there. They were amazed. Like, man, this was...
it was the
like,
little bits and pieces I saw.
Yeah,
right. Show.
Same here. I
Right.
didn't get to see a lot of it either. This time, hopefully, I'll get to see a little bit more. But I was in promo mode, promotion. I was promoter mode. So I was really focused on making sure that everything ran smoothly, which is probably what I'm going to do this year, too. But they were excited about Kansas City. They literally left with, like, little to no merchandise.
Yeah, I know. I was helping with the
merchandise.
Yeah.
So that
I was very busy.
Yeah, I was like, man, hold on, what is this? So I mean, the impact, I believe that it's still having, because I'm still getting people to tag poems that they did on Facebook and say, hey, Ed brought them here, or For His Will brought them here, and different things like that. So those things right there really let me know, first of all, the power of art, the power of the spoken word, and then that there is a passion for art in Kansas City. And I had some great poets open up for us as well here locally: Brent Rice, Sherry Purpose Hall, Tiana Cooper, and Keisha K. Brooklyn Burns. So I mean, they rocked the house as well. So I mean, it was just probably, I can honestly say, probably one of the best nights as far as from a poetic standpoint that I've been around in quite some time.
Okay. So what are some upcoming projects that For His Will has going on for 2016?
We're actually going to evolve a little bit. We're going to really focus on total Christian entertainment for married couples. We're going to do comedy. So we're going to still keep the open mic theme as well, but we're just going to kind of branch out a little bit more to give believers opportunities and options to do more than what they've had before.
Right.
And then we just got finished the movie that we shot, the next big thing that is finally completed. So we're focused on the premiere here coming up sometime soon this year. So we're really excited about that. So that's a very big part that's going to take place, and I think Kansas City will be really excited about the movie and the impact that it's going to have in the city.
Okay. So you also host as well as, put on For His Will. So what is some advice you have for people who are not as well just being a poet and hosting and just doing everything? I know time management is probably important to you.
I mean, that's like an understatement. But no, I would say for any person that is actually doing hosting, to do it all, it is important. The one thing that I've learned over the years is it's okay to have a helping hand and be willing to give away. Kind of like His Will to me is like my baby. It's like my kids, so we've kind of grown up. So I had to learn you can't do it all by yourself.
That's true.
You need help, and don't try, because if you continue to do it all by yourself, you're going to burn yourself out very quickly. And then it's not as easy to host a show as people think it is. It's you have to be. It's almost like it's almost, though it's not it's a live show, so you really have to be conscious of everything, your audience, to know if that particular person didn't grab the audience as well as you thought they would. So you have to figure out, how do I get the audience back, or how to include the audience. So I think those things are very huge when it comes to hosting a show, and you have to keep it moving. You can't. It's almost like radio. You can't have dead air. So you can't have that dry spell just sitting there, everybody like, what we gonna do? So there's like, what's going on? So I think it's very important to do those things. So I would say, don't do it all by yourself. Create a great team around you to help you keep it, keep it pushing, and to keep you in line and keep you in check as well. Have that person that's accountable enough to say, hey man, or hey young lady, pull that back, or pull here and do that. And then just to be able to control the crowd and control everything around you. And you have to do that. If you don't, you won't last long. And to be here the 10 years and to host the different things that I've hosted, even events that got live streamed in Tokyo, Japan, that was an amazing experience. So I mean, I could have froze, like, knowing that, hey, we're streaming live to Tokyo, Japan. So I'm like, wait a minute. But and there were some technical issues there. So again, that's where it comes at being flexible and being able to keep things moving and control the crowd. So that's what I would say is the most important thing.
Well, For His Will was involved in the movie. Can you tell us a little bit about that, or is that still?
No, actually I can. For the movie Coach Carter, the real Coach Carter came to a For His Will night September 2013. And based upon that, the concept of the movie came out of the For His Will event, as far as how the movie was shaped, and it's called The Next Big Thing. It highlights the lives of 3 specific individuals. One, he was a basketball player, got injured, but he's also a rapper. And there's one young lady that she's a singer, but she's never really got outside of her church, just kind of get outside her comfort zone. And then there's another individual, Blake. He's from a well-to-do family. He wants to pursue music, but his family wants him to stay in school to be an attorney. So it's basically following your dreams, and never giving up on whatever your goals are. So I mean, it's shot here, all local Kansas City talent. The one thing I will be able to say, it's going to shock a lot of people. The quality that was put in it, the acting that was done, and the music that you'll hear, and it's all original, so that makes it great. So it's called The Next Big Thing, produced by the Dumas brothers, Ralph and Cliff Dumas, also by Concrete Truth Studios as well. So it's good. I'm excited. I cannot wait. Got a chance to see the trailer. Maybe want to see the movie. Yeah. So yeah, I think Kansas City will be excited about it.
Okay. So when is For His Will? Like, what are the dates on that? Is that a certain Friday of the month, or
We're set up for every third Friday of the month. So that's where the open mics will still stay on that schedule. So the goal is to stay on that schedule. I know we're also about to change locations as well, which is exciting. So to see a new venue space as well. So it's good. We're going to still keep it on the same Thursdays, Wednesdays of the month. We're actually going to start a youth portion.
Oh, okay.
So For His Will Youth is going to be
right.
coming out
Okay.
soon.
Great.
So everybody be on the lookout for that. So I have an amazing young lady that's going to be the co-host. But it's actually going to be kind of like a FUBU mindset. But it's like, it's all them. I'm not,
Right.
going to be, this allowed me to turn into the Russell Simmons.
Right, you just gonna come in
Yeah, I'm
and
coming
say,
at the end.
right,
If they
thanks for
coming
coming
out,
out,
God bless
right.
you, good night. Yeah, so that's, and the more as I started doing His Will, over the years, I really started seeing that there's a lot of youth element that was not being cultivated. Like the Robert Browns and the Taylor Browns came through, have performed at His Will over the years, as well as a few others that are now, adults.
Right.
So, and I was like, I can't, with any person that has a vision, if you don't have anyone to replace you and to take it to the next level, it will die.
Right.
And it's not, and it's never supposed to be that way. I am supposed to be the starting point. I am the starter, but I'm never supposed to be the person that finishes. So that's how I'm looking at it. So
that's very wise of you.
Yeah, I mean, if you realize that art in Kansas City and poetry is kind of like rap, it's never going anywhere. And I don't want it to go anywhere because it's an art form that I love. So I think it's very important for the next generation, because they have an amazing voice, and if we don't stop and let them speak, then who will?
Right.
So I believe that's really important. And then after seeing Louder Than a Bomb, to watching that documentary, it also let me know that there's a lot of strong youth out here.
Right.
So we gotta give them that platform.
Right. So, how would somebody get in contact with you if they want to get in contact with you to come to For His Will, or just to host something?
They can hit me
support
up.
you, anything.
They can hit me up on Twitter. Follow me at For His Will. Everything is For His Will, the number 4. His Will on Twitter, Instagram. Reach me at Ed Rollins Jr. on Facebook. Or you can contact me directly, 816-808-8011. Yes, I give my number out, 'cause everybody calls me anyway. So it's on Facebook. So those would be the best ways to reach out to me and contact me. The social media pages as well. And hit me up on my phone.
Okay.
I always have it
Call
with
you on
me.
your cell phone?
Yeah, but my hours are 8. Well, no, I take that back. They're 5 to 9.
Okay.
Soon they'll be 8 to 5. Right now they're about 5 to 9.
Okay. Thank you for coming in, Ed.
Thanks for having me.
All right. I'm Serenity, reminding you to spit your piece. If you have any questions or comment, you can email me at serenitywhatsupkc@outlook.com. And make sure you check out whatsupkansascity.net.
I'm IFBB Bikini Pro Cat Williams, and when I'm not working out in the gym, I'm searching the web on Cascade Media and What's Up Kansas City. So make sure you check them out.